Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth Peck, your spiritual guide in Empaths Healing Through the Higher Self. And I am here, it's Valentine's Day today, so I wanted to hop on and do a quick live video to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day today and just send you all my love. I hope you guys are all having a good day, and I really wanted to come outside because it is beautiful out here. So it's a little, hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully I set it up out here, so I'm hoping, I don't usually do the video outside, but if it works, we can do more of it because it's really nice to be outside in nature. So, but I did want to talk to you specifically about a topic that I was hearing to talk to you about, and it's about developing your intuitive abilities. There have been posts and comments in the group about this, and I've also received private messages from many of you, and they've touched on this topic of developing intuitive abilities. So many of you here in the group are already on your journey of developing your intuitive abilities. But the questions have been, do I have more intuitive abilities? Do I have more gifts that I can develop? And so I wanted to really speak to that because as an empath, you've heard me say many times that you are a natural healer, a natural giver. And so along with that comes intuitive abilities. The reality is that every single person is intuitive. Everyone is. Everyone has intuitive abilities. It's just a matter of developing them. And so I guess I wanted to share today a little bit about my journey so that you can have a little bit of an understanding of what that looked like for me. Because as I awakened to the understanding that I was an empath, it immediately led me to have so many questions, right? Just like so many of you. You start on the path of understanding. At first, it's such a relief because you understand, wow, okay, so much of my life makes sense now. But then the path continues, and little by little, it opens up to lead you to more information, to lead you to more people. And that's exactly what happened for me. For me, that understanding just opened the door and led me to the next step and the next step. And so starting with healing, I remember that one of the first things was that a friend said, oh, you need to go see this healer. You need to have this healer. She does Reiki and she connects and it's amazing. You need to go do this. And I remember I was like, okay, I need to go do this. So that opened the door for me. That first healing session, it was able to lift so much and clear so much for me that literally it opened the floodgates for me. And from there, it was a series of healings, which led to wanting thirst for knowledge and wanting to know more, which led to attending meditation classes, which were about learning how to connect and focused on developing my intuition, much like the group that I hold now. Of course, carrying that forward. And that led to more knowledge and reading books. Some of the first books, and I recommend them to you, many of you may have already read some of them, but there's The Law of Attraction by Jerry and Esther Hicks. There's Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Those are 3 books that I highly recommend, really great places to start to really open your understanding and your awareness. At least they did for me. And so from there, between the healing sessions and meditation group and reading, continuing on to be attuned to Reiki. It was just like I said, it's like one thing opened the door to the next. And being attuned to Reiki and moving through that process, an incredible gift, the attunements to Reiki to help also to develop intuition and move forward. And from there, for me, it was about, again, being led to the spiritual teachers, healers, who really taught me not just to connect and to develop my intuition, but also how to have discernment. Because discernment is so incredibly important on this journey. You have to have discernment. There is so much out there that you can connect with, but so much that you don't need to connect with or want to connect with. And so having a mentor, having someone who can guide you along that path is one of the most important things that you can have and do for yourself. Along that path of learning and understanding discernment and developing my intuition, I also received an incredible amount of clarity. And of course, the clarity that ultimately came for me along that path was one of my life purpose. The clarity on what exactly was my life purpose. And that was something that I had longed for my entire life and truly had wondered if I would ever reach. And so that is a wonderful thing to be able to achieve, because clarity is truly what so many are seeking. And so I know from experience, I know from my personal experience, I know from that of my clients that I work with closely, that clarity comes. With each step of the process, clarity comes. Life unfolds, the doors open, the path is illuminated. And so I wanted to share this experience with you, of my experience, not because I think that you need to do exactly what it is that I've done, more so because I want you to know that you too can develop your intuition, that you too can heal. You can heal and you can release so much of what is in your field that is keeping you stuck, keeping you in fear. So much of what is limiting you. Because truly, that is what we need to clear. We need to clear the limiting beliefs. We need to clear the fears that are holding us back. It is so important to understand that we stop ourselves from moving forward. There are so many things that we do to stop ourselves, to sabotage our movement. And as you move on this journey of healing and of developing your intuition, this is what starts to lift. This is what starts to clear and allows you to move forward. You know, there's so much within us, and I see it over and over and over again. I've seen it in my own personal journey, and I see it over and over again in my clients. The scarcity mentality, the lack mentality. I don't have enough. There isn't enough. There's competition. There's this, there's that. I can't do this. I can't do that. This is something that it weighs us down like anchors. And as we're able to release it and heal it, it is amazing what we are able to do and bring into our lives, because the reality is that all of those, everything I'm talking about, the fears, the limiting beliefs, they are all these anchors. They are all resistance. Think of it as like it's a heaviness. It is holding you down, and it is resistance to that which you want to have in your life. And it's time to let go of the resistance. Because if we can do that, right? If we can let go of that resistance, what comes in its place is allowing. The ability to allow and the ability to receive. And that's truly what's needed. So again, I just want you to know that you can do this. You can develop your intuitive abilities. You can heal. You definitely don't have to do it alone. In fact, I don't recommend that you do it alone. Private message me. let's talk. We'll set up a complimentary discovery call, and we'll discuss more and talk more about what it is to get you there and to get you started. Okay. Samantha says, yes, love this. Yay. Hi, Samantha. Thanks for being here with me. Great. Well, I just want you guys to know that I am thrilled to be on this journey with you. This is what I do. I love what I do. It is an amazing privilege to watch my clients transform their lives. Because make no mistake about it, that's what we're talking about. What we're talking about is transformational. And truly, the time is here. The time is here. The time is now. Hi, Migdalia. Nice to see you. She says, this is great information. Thank you. Oh, hi, Kate. Nice to see you. So I'm just really happy to be able to share this with you guys because, again, moving forward and knowing that you have what it takes. There's nothing else that you need. You already have within you what it is that you need to take the step forward. I don't want you to think, oh, to be intuitive, you have to be born that way. Well, guess what? You were. You were born that way. It's just that some people come out right out of the box, right? They're just like, woof, it's like open, and they're, that's why we have a bunch, many people in the world who are mediums and psychics and intuitives that have from a very young age, and we see that. But that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you aren't. It just means that it happens in your time, in your life at the time that it's supposed to happen. Because that's how it works, right? This is how it works. We have a plan set out. And you are who you are right now because of everything that you have experienced in your life that has brought you to this point. I often look back at my own journey and think to myself, if this had happened then, right? If my spiritual awakening had happened, 10 years earlier or 20 years earlier, how would life have been different? And I look back now and I can understand. I can understand that my life, my professions, my career as a teacher, I taught children, my career teaching adults, that, I can understand how the teaching that I did was so important in my life. I can understand how all of the experiences that I've had created the space for me to be able to move forward and do what I do now. And so it's the same for you. It's the same for you. All right. Well, again, we've been talking today about intuitive abilities and how we all have them. So if you're just coming on, just know that that's what we're talking about, is that we all have the ability to develop intuition, all have the ability to heal. And I look forward to talking to you and answering questions. So if you have them, please be sure that you bring them, put them here, and I'll be happy to answer them. Migdalia says, I believe that we all have the ability. Some are unaware or closed off. I know I was for 40 years. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone does have the ability. This is not something that you're necessarily pre-selected for. We all are intuitive, and it is just a matter of coming into alignment and connecting. And it's okay, Migdalia, 40 years, it's okay. It's totally okay. It just means that this is the time. You're here now, you're in this group now because you are ready. And that's perfect. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay. All right, well, everybody, I'm going to sign off, and I just want to say much love to all of you. I hope that you have a great night, and I will see you guys in the group.